If I came to the advisor, I would just show you my assets, right? It was just all about money. If I gave you my portfolio and you gave me back more than what I gave you,
If you have a good relationship with your advisor, that development and the change and continued growth in the relationship is really a sign of your success. Have we made sure your family's protected from an insurance perspective? Have we chatted about long-term care if you're aging?
and this is up a generation and down a generation. So as much as it affects your kids, it affects your parents. Are you able to talk to your advisor about more than just your portfolio?
Right.
You can go slow and share bits and pieces of information. Hello, and welcome to Express Yourself podcast. I'm your host, Vanessa Martinez.
And I'm Lauren Genuardi, and we're coming to you today with questions that came in from our viewers and listeners. And the question today is, how do I measure the development of my relationship with my advisor? It's an interesting one.
And I think it can have multiple answers. It will be based on how you define success.
Right.
So if you've come to your advisor with a need for building a financial plan and that need was met, then you feel that relationship has developed because you found the end goal there. If you've come to your advisor with a need to build a generational wealth map,
Right.
and that was developed for you, then that's how you feel that there is success there. I think in the past, what was a custom was more found in asset allocation, which is just based on performance.
Right.
If I came to the advisor, I would just show you my assets, right? It was just all about money. If I gave you my portfolio and you gave me back more than what I gave you, that was success.
Right.
And that was development.
Very true. Very true.
Yes, yes. So that's what I think was the case. Whereas now, as a consumer, we're wanting more.
Right. Right. I think the relationships evolve over time. And I think if you have a good relationship with your advisor, that development and the change and continued growth in the relationship is really a sign of your success. And it's not just how am I tracking versus the S&P 500. That's not the success measure we're going for. It's really, have we helped you in your financial life? How have we helped you? Have we explored all these other areas that impact your financial life? Have we made sure your family's protected from an insurance perspective? Have we chatted about long-term care if you're aging or how that might potentially look? I know I recently had a long-term client come to me and they were kind of struggling with the next phase of life. And it was really, what do we do now? Do we do a retirement home? Do we age in place? Do we just try to take care of each other for as long as possible and see how that goes? And we did the financial plan, and that gave one set of answers, kind of helped point us in a general direction. But then I was really happy that the conversation took a much deeper turn. It wasn't just what does the plan guesstimate that the results are going to be, but really I heard concerns from all parties involved, from the husband, from the wife, and even, I loved this, we brought the kids into the picture and said, the kids laid their cards out on their table, and it was, hey, these are my concerns for my parents, and it's not just money related, but I'm concerned about their care, and I'm concerned about their health, and what will this do if the other one is the caretaker? And it was really a lovely development to really see that conversation going to the next level, not just talking performance numbers, but really, this is one life that we have, and how can we make the best decisions with what we are given? And so that was really a lovely experience to kind of go to that next level with the client. That's always fun for an advisor.
I think too many times we forget how my life affects your life.
Right.
And vice versa.
Right.
So regardless of decisions that you want to make based on what fits your needs, that will also affect me.
Right.
And this is up a generation and down a generation. So as much as it affects your kids, it affects your parents.
Right.
This is why the cohesiveness, hence the tag here, expressive well,
Right.
is communication. Right. We all need to communicate with each other, because if I understand what my kids are doing and I understand what my parents are doing, then we're able to tie that picture together. That is the most comprehensive picture that we can develop. And it's not just about what you make, it's about what you keep. So when we're able to do that protection of assets moving forward, that is the end goal. So I think if the question is tied towards development of my relationship, it should be deepening that relationship with your advisor. Are you able to talk to your advisor about more than just your portfolio?
Right. And be vulnerable and really open it up. Because that was a big turning point with that particular couple, was really when the kids got involved. Because I think there was a concern about inheritances and how much are we going to potentially leave to the kids. And hearing from the kids, and the kids coming into the situation and saying, I'm not so worried about the money and what I'm going to get. I want to know that you two are okay and that you're happy. That was the game changer. Hearing that is what completely turned the conversation in a different direction. And so I'm thrilled that we were able to do that for them.
And in most cases, that is what the children want.
Right.
But I think there might be some fear,
Right.
right, in what the parents think that might be the outcome that they'll hear from the children, or if they're going to impose additional burden on the children if they share. But if there is a conversation, that's the only way you'll know.
Right. I don't tell you. Lay your cards on the table.
Yes. And it could be a step-by-step process, right? That is the main goal, is you can go slow and share bits and pieces of information, and then kind of gauge that water.
Right.
And then once you kind of develop that, then you'll know, okay, now we can take the next step forward.
Exactly.
So to answer that question, it's take it step by step, not just with your family, but same with your advisor, and then you're able to see how much you've developed that relationship with your advisor. Thanks, and keep the questions coming.
Thank you.